guys, and welcome to one more episode of Builder Nation. For today's agenda, we have Dillon, CEO at Luxonis, a company making robots accessible and simple for everyone. So welcome, Bradley. Thank you so much for being here. Super excited to get to know you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. So my name is Bradley Dillon, and I'm the CEO at Luxonis. And so Luxonis is a team of just engineers. We have 67 people, but 54 of them are engineers. So we're a team of engineers that's all just joined Luxonis around this kind of shared goal of being able to make robotic vision easy. So historically, like circa 5 years ago, if a company was trying to put together kind of a machine vision sort of system, it was really difficult. You had to grab a bunch of different hardware, try to figure out all the firmware and software to make it work. And enterprises were spending millions of dollars, and it was taking years to be able to do these types of systems. And so we were formed around just trying to really simplify that. And we're trying to commoditize the entire space all the way down to the hardware. And so we do hardware, firmware, software. We also do artificial intelligence training. We also do simulation. And then we have a cloud application layer as well. So we're a product platform play, and we're trying to become the de facto platform that's kind of like the eyes, ears, and brains behind kind of robotic systems, but also like automation systems.
And I mean, talking about the company and products, I know that you guys launched a new robot called Rhea, if I'm correct. So that was a couple of months ago. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. So for those that are watching the video, this is one of our prototypes of Ray, this cute little thing. And so it stands for Robotic Access for Everyone. And the reason why we wanted to create a robot is not because we want to be a robotics company. That's not our goal at all. We generally want to be the perception system. But with our Series 3 of products, we have some new capabilities that we really want to highlight for customers. And so one of them is now for our Series 3 that this is powered on. It actually has a quad-core ARM A53 running Yocto Linux. So for the first time, our devices can actually be used as a host to control other types of sensors and devices. And so that's where I say when we want to be the brains, we want to be kind of the control hub behind people's systems. And then the other piece that we'll be rolling out with Ray is our cloud application layer, which is called RobotHub. And so this makes it so that a user, when they get this robot, they'll be able to download the application on their phone or tablet, and then they can do all kinds of fun games like right out of the box. And so we're really excited about being able to have that cloud application layer, and we really want to highlight that by making our own robot. Where we're at on development is before we did our Kickstarter campaign in December, we'd already been developing it for about 6 months, probably had already spent like $100,000 doing the R&D on it. We just completed a version 2 of it, and we should be shipping them out for the first time starting in June, fingers crossed.
And I mean, now that you guys are building hardware, did you find any challenges maybe at the beginning when you guys started to ship?
Obviously, a big challenge, of course, is supply chain and logistics. It's interesting when it comes to logistics, how other companies set the bar for how customers expect you to be. And so, for example, like with logistics, we're not competing against, say, like a competitor that makes our products. We're competing against Amazon. And so if customers don't feel like they have like an Amazon level logistics experience, they're upset. And so it's something we're trying to get better at, but of course, it's always a challenge. In 2022, we shipped products into 95 countries. And it's pretty incredible, all the different things that 95 different countries might require. And then the other piece is supply chain. So supply chain is a challenge, obviously continues to be a challenge. What we really lean into there is our engineering team. So I think some other companies out there, you know, a component goes out of stock and they go, oh, woe is me, what can we do? We're out of stock. And our view is that we can then go back to our engineering team and say, okay, let's find a part that's an alternative that's out there in the market. We'll purchase it, and then be confident enough that we can figure out the design and engineering to be able to make that work. So those are some of the types of challenges with these types of devices. And actually, before we kicked off our campaign with it, we'd already purchased some of the components that we knew we would need because they had the like 6 months type of lead time.
I think it's super interesting, especially how the engineering team organized, you know, like organization that is behind it, the operations team, the engineers, you being the CEO, talking with different CEOs and founders in the industry. Everyone says that you have to be all hands on deck. And I'm pretty sure that's not easy at all. So what do you say is the best part of the job, especially at the company, of course?
There's so many great parts. I really do love all of it. I love my job and I love Luxonis. I would say the things that are most rewarding is when I get to see the teams that we have of engineers, that they're able to like actually solve like a really meaningful problem at scale for our customers. And that's the most rewarding, right? Is to be able to see this pain point that a customer has and then be able to actually solve it, but not just like solve it in a decent kind of way, but solve it in a way where customers are like, oh, wow, like you can do that? That's incredible. We had no idea. This is great. We want to roll this out faster. So I say that that's the most meaningful piece for me, and really probably ties back into just being really about like engineering efficiency and just trying to be able to improve that and enable our customers to improve that. In a lot of cases, our types of products are being used to really improve the human condition in some way.
I'm glad that you enjoy it. I mean, that's the key of everything, right? And talking about the next steps for Luxonis, what will you say they are? Are you guys planning on expanding or launching any other product anytime soon?
Yeah, absolutely. So two big exciting things. One of them is related to that cloud application layer that I called a Robot Hub. And our commercial version of that is actually launching later this month. So we're really excited about that. And what you'll be able to do there is that for the types of devices that you see back here, it means that you could like stream the data from them anywhere in the world. You can set up like automatic recording triggers. You also can do applications. And we'll be launching that later this month. So that's the most exciting thing that we have coming up. And then, yeah, stay tuned for Luxonis. We're insane, which means that we try to launch an entire new generation of products every 12 to 18 months. We're on Series 3 now, and by early next year, we'll be on Series 4. And we're really excited about Series 4. So stay tuned for that.
And that's supposed to be coming on June, right? Or by the end of the year?
Our next generation of products should be in early 2024. We're working on those today. And our approach really with that is that we view the market as that either you can destroy yourselves or somebody else will come and destroy you. And so, for example, like our Series 2 of products already outsells our Series 1. And that's our goal with each generation. So that's why we're so crazy over always trying to come up with new and better hardware.
Thank you so much for sharing. Super excited about the new release. And one of the last questions, I mean, from your perspective, where do you think the future of the industry is going?
You know, I think that it's been really interesting to be a part of this current period here. I think that artificial intelligence has definitely become a lot hotter of late. And I think that we're seeing businesses are willing to invest more, both from an OpEx and a CapEx perspective, on being able to use AI to both solve some of the tricky problems, but also just help them with a lot of automation. And then I think long-term, what we're looking at over the next 20 plus years is with computer vision and AI, we can kind of have the type of revolution that we had for white collar workers in offices with laptops. I think we can have that type of revolution when it comes to the physical world that's out there. So any type of human labor that's being done, anything that's kind of repetitive that humans do, or anything just where humans are observing something, right? So a simple thing would be like security, things like that. So I think that over the next 20 years, that's going to happen, and it's really going to improve the human condition. And I think it's going to be really exciting to be able to be a part of.
Excited for that as well. And thank you so much for sharing your perspective. And the last question, do you have any advice for future entrepreneurs or CEOs starting on this path?
I could talk all day on advice. Of course, most advice isn't very good because it's just tailored to your own situation. But I guess I'd say I was recently at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and it was really cool. It was like walking into the future. One of the things I noticed, though, is that a lot of the products that were out there were products that were really cool and neat, but they didn't seem like they were really tailored towards solving a real problem. And so I guess my advice, more from kind of putting my entrepreneurial hat on, is to make sure that you really are clear on the problem that you're trying to go after, and that you're not just kind of developing something because it's cool and neat, and you sort of hope it'll find something to solve later.
Perfect. Do you have any social media handles? Where can people find you, or where can people find Luxonis?
So the best way to find us is through our website, which is luxonis.com. And then you can see all of our various social media channels there. So LinkedIn, Twitter, Discord, Hub, you can find all of our links for that there.
And remember, guys, that you can also find more information, interesting articles, interesting interviews, just like this one directly on our website, controlhub.com/builder-nation. We would love to hear from you. And once again, Bradley, thank you so much for being here, for taking the time, for being at Builder Nation. We love having you today.
Thank you so much.